Igniting, inspiring, and evoking the fire within. You're listening to the What's Your Inspiration podcast with Foxspire.
Hello, everybody. Just wanted to share something that could be beneficial for you in these times. It's the story of a man named Gabriel Cordell, and I think we can glean some things from his story that help us in whatever struggle that we're in. In other words, ways to adapt and maintain enthusiasm in adversity. So the story of Gabriel Cordell begins. He's a teenager and he's at his home in Long Island, or returning home to his home in Long Island, and he gets in a terrible car accident, which leaves him paralyzed from the waist down. And from there, he struggles to learn that new way of life that he had to learn. Then he also, for years, struggled with drugs and alcohol. Then he resolved to do something about it and get his life back together. So if you're in a struggle, here's what you can glean from this. And I think this would be a good idea for any of us to do, including myself. Write down your definition of success. You ask, well, what will that do? I think it'll do three things. It'll give you clear direction, one. Two, you're going to spend less time harping on inevitable failures along the way. It's not going to be smooth sailing. You've heard me say this time and time again. The road to success is not paved. But if you define what success is for you, in other words, set a goal, you're less likely to harp on the failures along the way. And if you did this, it would rob you of enthusiasm, which is essential to success. And then the other things it would do is it would, again, I've already said this, bolster you with enthusiasm. So it sets a clear direction, and it bolsters you with enthusiasm, and you spend less time harping on inevitable failures along the way. So Gabriel's goal was to wheel himself in a standard wheelchair from Los Angeles, California to Long Island, New York. That was his clear direction. Okay. 2, on the road to sustaining success in spite of adversity, perceive fear as opportunity. Okay. How can I connect this with Gabriel's story? Well, it's this way. See, and any of us knows this. If you haven't been there or haven't gone through all the terrain, you know that his journey was not smooth sailing. The highways, he actually wheeled on major highways. He didn't take back roads from LA to New York. And not only that, but he went through all different kinds of weather. Uphill, downhill, what have you. So, number 2, perceive fear as opportunity. Gabriel knew it was scary. This was a scary proposition, a scary goal to set for himself. But he also knew if he overcame all of these obstacles, he would have done something no one has ever done before and inspired others to succeed in spite of inevitable adverse situations and inevitable failures. 3, use enthusiasm to push yourself through adversity. Okay. Gabe's story. If you watch this documentary about him called Roll With Me on Netflix, you'll know that he fell out of his chair on this journey a number of times. Okay? It was not smooth sailing and wasn't smooth terrain, and he took many a tumble and had a bum shoulder pretty much the entire time, as you might think he would from just pushing so much. But he was driven again toward his goal. It goes back to number 1. He set this goal. He made a definition, his own definition of success, and it bolstered him with enthusiasm. And this enthusiasm pushed him through inevitable adverse situations on the roads from LA to Long Island, New York. And finally, another way we can adapt and maintain enthusiasm in adversity. Realize that success is the culmination of many failures. It is not the avoidance of failures. Again, it is the culmination of many failures. And yes, Gabriel did it. He wheeled himself in a standard wheelchair over 3,000 miles on the road from LA to New York. I'm coming out with a book called Adapt and Maintain Enthusiasm in Adversity, using this 5-step process called FACTS, F-A-C-T-S. I mentioned it in a previous episode, and soon it's going to be published. I would think in the next couple of weeks. It contains 140 messages, all related to this adage of the title of the book, Adapting and Maintaining Enthusiasm in Adversity. If you would like a free Kindle copy, a free ebook copy, you can do one of two things. You can email me at email me off of my website. So my website is foxbuyer.com, FOXBEYER.com, or email me at fox@foxbuyer.com. That's FOXBEYER.com, and just tell me that you would like a copy, a free copy. And when it comes out, I will email you the link to a free copy. It is an actionable aha book, an actionable 21st century Cliff Notes version type book. So each of these messages has a couple of lines below it designed for you to think and sort of brainstorm and write, what does this message mean to you? And if you're thinking, the 4 messages today that I gave you, write down your definition of success. Perceive fear as opportunity. Use enthusiasm to push you through your obstacles. And success is the culmination of many failures. Those are 4 of the 140 messages in the book, How to Adapt and Maintain Enthusiasm in Adversity. So again, if you're interested in purchasing a copy, and you can have it for free if you would email me off of my website, foxbuyer.com, or email me at fox@foxbuyer.com, and it'll be yours. Again, I know we're in some tough times right now, but take it day by day and continue to adapt and maintain your most important tool, enthusiasm, in these adverse times. I'll talk to you all later. Take good care.
You have been listening to the What's Your Inspiration podcast with Fox Buyer, because impact on each other is the greatest currency you could ever have.